Every now and again, a professional racer reaches out to me and asks me if I can make a livery. Now, generally when they do that, not always, but most of the time, that livery is pretty damn hard. This one is no exception. This is Armando Pontone, hope that I pronounced that right, who's challenged me to create his 2025 Italian CIV Superbike from the Moto E racing team. My name's Crixus, thanks for joining me on this Ride 5 livery build. Just a disclaimer, this one has a lot of stickers, and I mean a lot of stickers, and it was pretty damn challenging. You'll see as I go through this, these stickers, some of the stickers I put in, I have to make a couple of allowances and maybe take some of the detail away from them to make sure that I get a livery that I'm quite happy with. But yeah, there's a lot of sponsors on here, and it's a pretty challenging one to get done because of that. So I am being very mindful right from the beginning to make sure that I get as much detail as I can, but even when I was creating the stickers prior to recording, ensuring that, okay, is this detail absolutely necessary? You know, how can I make this as lower layers as possible? Let's see if we can get this close to the real thing. I will do a little bit of a compare at the end, so you can see if we got it close or not, and then you can be the judge. You can tell me if I did okay or not. But yeah, this throws up a lot of challenges, and you'll see that as we get on a little bit towards the end of the livery, I start jumping around different parts of the bodywork because I've deliberately missed little bits of details that I thought, you know what, not essential, but if I can fit it in, I'll do it later. So you'll see me jumping around quite a bit, but as always, let's start with the beginning. The front of the bike. And while I'm sticking these stickers on, I'll tell you a little bit about Armando, who reached out to me quite recently on Instagram on the Ride 5 Liveries page, asking if he could get his bike in the game. Armando has raced in multiple classes, quite a lot actually, from 2006. Starting off, he's Italian, so he started off in the CIV, he started off in the Junior GP racing team, to Junior GP Aprilia FMI category, the Aprilia Junior GP Team Italia, so he did that in his early years. Made his way up to the 125cc World Championships with a couple of wildcard entries. In 2012, he competed in the Moto 3 World Championships with the Loader Racing project. Had some good success, won the Italian Moto 3 Championship in 2011. Won the NSF 250R trophy in 2014. But more recently, he has been in the Moto E paddock in 2024, which is why you might be familiar with this name. If you picked up the MotoGP 2024 video game, you would have seen him in the Moto E class. He was racing for the Aruba Cloud Moto E racing team. And he competed in 2024 before moving back to the CIV paddock, where he's currently racing 2025 in the Moto E racing team, which is the Yamaha we are going to attempt to create today. Unsurprisingly, I had absolutely zero stickers prepared for this already. I think maybe Dunlop and an R1 sticker, but about a page and a half of stickers I had to do to create to prepare for this one, with all of the small, or as many of the small logos as I could. You can see the big Chemical Express logo on the side now, and I put the Moto E Racing just above it. But typically you'll find that a lot of the sponsors are towards the lower part of the bike. In this instance though, they're more to the front and the tail, and there's actually not too many on the bottom, leaving ample space for a number. So he gets to put his number on there, which I'll just do now. On the real bike though, which I'm looking at now, it's got a little bit thicker blue outline, so I just add that in. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. But typically when I'm looking at what livery I want to create next, or maybe I'm getting some messages thrown into Instagram and I'm checking, okay, which one shall I do now? If I see one that has a lot of stickers like this, or absolutely a lot of logos, generally I would probably stay clear of them, and Armando caught me on a good day. I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. I saw some pictures of his bike. It looked pretty cool, pretty busy, but it looked really cool. And I thought, you know what, this seems like something of a bit of a challenge that I could do. I could record this and put it on YouTube. So I was chatting to him. So this will be a little bit of a collab. You'll see it on his channel and on my channel as well. It'll be on his Instagram. So head on over, check out Armando Pontone. But you can already see the detail of them. That it's not quite just plain text. There's different fonts that were needed, small images, adding a layer of complexity, and just more layers in general. Even the top of the bike has quite an interesting design. As with all of my liveries, I do try and turn it onto that matte colour. Especially when you work on the top, you'll probably notice it more so on the top of a bike, because without it, and if you're using that gloss paint, you'll see the light shining off it quite aggressively, and it can cover your stickers, it can cover your details, and it just adds a layer of complexity that we really don't need. So flipping it onto that matte paint will save you a bit of a headache. But it is starting to take shape. We are about 1,200 layers, so knowing how many stickers are on the back and here in the middle, I'm somewhat confident, but I'm a little bit worried. We'll see what happens. As I say, stick around after I've finished this livery and we'll see if it's pretty close to the real thing. I made a slight error there. I realised the picture I was looking at was the wrong way around, so I was putting pink at the front rather than at the back. But yeah, easily rectified at this point. I do like to pick up the occasional interesting and somewhat difficult livery. It makes a nice change from all of the standard liveries, World Championship, MotoGP liveries that you see shared frequently. That's partly what inspired me to do the Moto America Championship, because you don't really see them much, you don't see them, so it would be, I thought, why not? And this one is no different. Look at the front of that bike. I think I can put, see that lamb, I wasn't sure if I could put the lamb sticker on there. It's kind of on the windshield in the rail bike. And I thought, you know what, if I run out of layers, that's maybe one I can sacrifice, but actually you can see my confidence was growing somewhat. Thought I'd stick it on. A couple of stripes, pink and white. If you ever want me to make a livery and you want to maximise the chances of me saying yes, you can always say, hey, I'd like a pink livery. Man, I love working with pinks. They really stand out. Put here one sticker. Again, really thoughtful all the way through this about where I want to put layers. It was just one of those, then you'll probably see when you see a picture later that, yeah, it's going to be really difficult to get this under the layer limit, but we did it, I think. Or we made a great attempt. And again, another one, you can see I flipped back to the front because I can probably fit another one on. Look how many stickers are on the front of that Yamaha. That is wild. I've never seen so many sponsors on the front of a Yamaha. But it looks good. It doesn't look out of place. It looks alright. The Claredon sticker on there. I had limited pictures to work with. There were some good pictures of the bike, but the back of the bike, I could kind of see there were stickers there, but they were blurred. So I had to improvise a little bit. I kind of snipped little areas and sent it into ChatGPT saying, hey, what's this? But I managed to get the right colours and the right shapes in the right place. So hopefully it looks close to the real thing. There's another one I've stuck on the front because there wasn't enough before. Slowly getting to the end of our layers. So I want to make sure that I do have things on that back. I'm actually filming this on the release date of the MotoGP 2025, so some of you might be playing that. Be interested to know what you think of it. It's very similar to 2024, in my opinion. I don't like the sticker editor in there, though. If you have gone in and had a go at making something, I'd love to know how you felt about it. As always, with any MotoGP game release, I'm got quite a lot of messages asking if I can create helmets and create numbers. I can do the odd number if you want a number doing, but I haven't quite gelled with that sticker editor. It was the same in 2024. I don't know if it's the box that's smaller or the color picker. It just, for some reason, I don't gel with it quite as much. I know that if they migrate that over to a Ride 6 in future, I just have to suck it up and get used to it, but I very much prefer the Rides editor. I mean, maneuvering the shapes, skewing the shapes is exactly the same. That's not a bother. It's just something about the user experience. But yeah, just looking around this now to see if there's anything else, like any other little bits of detail I can add, if I can patch up anything. I have got very few layers left, but I'd still like to use them if there's anything I can add. You can also see I added a slight carbon, slight texture to the side of the tank. There was a little bit of grip on the photograph I was working off, but it was black. I couldn't see it too clearly. That's why I went with that color and that texture. But it looks nice. I have so many stickers. I have so many stickers that I've shared. So every time I try and open up the sticker picker from the wheel, from the search before I put it on a bike, it takes some time to load. And I imagine that's only going to get worse. And put a Yamaha on the back. That'll do, I think. I don't want to add anything needlessly. I think we've done all right. Let's flick that. There, you can see this. The side looks nice. The grip on the tank. All of the stickers are present. So there it is. What do you think? This is the Armando Pontone 2025 Livery Challenge. I will show you shortly what the rail bikes look like, and then you can tell me. But there's a lot of detail on this one. A fun challenge, and it took me a long time. I won't lie. I sat after work and had a go at this one, and I was there till probably the early hours of the morning with all those stickers. But the end result looks pretty smart. Let's take this out for a little spin, shall we? Here we go. There is, of course, a matching suit, as you can see. The version that I'm wearing now is not the final version that I'll share. There was just a couple of little bits of things that you might notice on screen. There was maybe one sticker that I didn't flip. There's a tiny bit of detail of black underneath the arm. All of that patched up and fixed before I shared. But man, this was like 1 AM. I was pretty tired, and that will be evident in the way that I drive this bike. Do like the sound of the Yamaha, probably my favourite sounding motorcycle from the superbike class. So there it is, 2025 replica set. This will be shared pretty soon. Also keep your eye on the Ride 5 Liveries channel for more details about this livery when I share it. And the download name. It's not shared just yet. Nice. Anyway, I could be playing around all day. Let's take a look. So there it is. That's the real bike, the real picture. Armando on the bike, and you can see that's the one I made. Colours are pretty great. Managed to get all the stickers in there. Very happy with how it turned out. If you are looking to level up your liveries, then I made a really cool video that's going to show you how to upgrade your numbers. It's going to give you that kind of, if you think about gradients, think about patterns and stuff, check out this video. It's going to help you, and it's dead easy. Seriously, if you're a little bit familiar with the sticker editor, then this is a really nice next step. I'll catch you next time for another livery build. I've also got some cool, interesting ideas coming out for new videos, so stick around. Please subscribe, please like, and I'll see you next time.